Hi students, welcome back. Coming to the next topic in operating system is virtual memory. So what do you mean by virtual memory? Actually, the term virtual memory refer to something which appear to be present but actually it is not. Okay, it is something which appear to be present. We thought that it is present, but actually it is not present. Actually it is not. So the virtual memory technique allows user to use more memory for a program than the real memory of a computer. So whatever, suppose if you take the real memory of a computer is 4 MB, okay, or 4 GB, like that. So the real memory is the main memory is 4 GB, but virtual memory is about like 16 GB, like that. Okay, so it is not real. So something which appear to be present but actually it is not. So the virtual memory technique allows user to use more memory. So users use virtual memory. So users use this virtual memory because it is more than the real memory of the computer. Actually this is the real memory of computer. Means the main memory of the computer. So that is a virtual memory technique. So virtual memory is a concept that gives the illusion to the user. It just gives illusion to user that they will have main memory equal to the capacity of secondary storage media. So just it gives the illusion that they will have main memory equal to the capacity of secondary storage media. So the programmer can write a program which requires more memory than the capacity of virtual memory. Actually, whatever the programs we are writing, so that programs requires more memory than the capacity of main memory. So such program is executed only by virtual memory technique. So let me write that point. A programmer can write a program which requires more memory than the capacity of main memory. So the programmer requires more memory than the capacity of main memory. Such a program is executed by virtual memory technique. So with the help of the virtual memory technique, those programs will be executed in main memory. So we can say that primary memory or the main memory or the physical memory, everything this is a finite. So only the finite, whatever we are using, suppose it is a 4 GB or 16 GB or 18 GB, so like that. So that will be a finite, whereas virtual memory is infinite. So you can use how much you want. The programmer requires how much the memory he want, he can use. So it is not a constant. Virtual memory is not constant, whereas the main memory is a finite. Okay, so so because this is just an illusion to the user, it actually doesn't appear, but we thought that it is appear. So that is a basic introduction about the virtual memory. So the virtual memory is a separation of user logical memory from physical memory. So let me write some points regarding this virtual memory. Let me write these points. Virtual memory, only part of program needs to be in main memory for execution. To be in memory for execution. So then logical address space can therefore be much larger than physical address space. So whatever the virtual memory, that is a logical address space we are using, that is much larger than the physical address space. So then allows address spaces to be shared by several processes. And then more programs running concurrently using this virtual memory technique. So this virtual memory can allows address spaces to be shared by several processes, and more programs can run concurrently by using this virtual memory technique. So this virtual memory requires less IO need, input output need is less to load or even to swap the process. So to swap the process or to load the process, this virtual concept uses less input output requirement. So let me explain with simple example how this virtual memory is dealing with the physical memory. Let's take this is suppose this is a virtual memory. So virtual memory is also called as logical memory. This concept I already explained. So let us take the page 0, page 1. So the virtual memory always uses the concept pages, whereas the main memory, that is a physical memory, uses the concept of frames. Page 1, page 2. So up to page 3. So let us take this is a virtual memory. And here we are taking another memory, that is a memory map. So with the help of the memory map, we are pointing to the main memory. So this is a memory map. And then it's having the physical memory. And this is the physical memory. Okay, and then it is having a disk, that is a secondary memory. So virtual memory, this is just an illusion. Whatever the CPU is executing the programs, that will be use the virtual memory technique. The user process, whatever the program that we are writing, that everything uses the virtual memory. So the virtual memory will sends the pages into the physical memory to store the data or to retrieve the data, whether it is present in the disk or it is in the physical memory. So actually this pages, whatever the virtual memory, that will be stored in the memory map page. So from memory map page to, it sends the information to the physical memory or to the disk. So again the disk, so if the main memory doesn't contains the page, whatever that CPU is demanding, if that page is not present in the main memory, it is get from the disk and stores in the physical memory in the form of frames. So in the same, if the frames or if the physical memory is full, then the page will be replaced, means the page will be swapped to the disk. So whenever we require, we can get the page frames from the disk to physical memory, and if there is no space in the physical memory, the unused page frame can be sent to the disk. So this is how the process will be done inside the operating system, so in the system. So this is how the virtual memory, physical memory and the disk. Okay, so this everything will be, this is the CPU. The CPU is sending the data or receiving the data with the help of the virtual memory concept. So this is about the virtual memory. The virtual memory can be implemented via demand paging and demand segmentation. Now let me see what this demand paging and demand segmentations in the coming videos. Thank you.